Hi students. Today we are going to review for our math test. Our math test will be on Wednesday. Okay, so this Wednesday we're going to take our math test, and it's going to be a math test on Google Forms, and that's how you've been doing your comprehension and your spelling tests too. So I thought that for today and tomorrow we could do a review together. Now, you have your little math workbook, and part of your assignment for today is going to be completing a page in that workbook and then completing a page tomorrow for a review. However, we're going to go over some types of problems together first, so that way you get a little bit of a refresher on how to do them. So I have a piece of paper here, and we are going to just do some problems together. Now I'm going to write down a problem for us, and we are going to decide if the sum is even or odd. Remember that a sum is the answer to an addition problem, okay? So if I have the problem 4 plus 9, I want to figure out the sum, okay? So go ahead in your mind right now and think about what 4 plus 9 equals. And if you're thinking that it equals 13, then you are correct. So I'm going to write 13. Now, remember in the very first math lesson how we talked about the commutative property of addition? That is when we switch the numbers. So that would be like 9 plus 4 also equals 13. Let's do another one. Let's do 7 plus 5. So go ahead in your mind and figure out what 7 plus 5 equals. And if you're thinking 12, you are correct. So I'm going to write 12. Now the related fact for that would be 5 plus 7. And that also equals 12. Now let's decide if the number 13 and if the number 12 is even or odd. Well, the number 13. Now, remember that even numbers can equally be paired up into twos. So if I'm not sure if 13 is an even number or if it's an odd number, I can draw 13 X's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And now I'm going to try to pair them up in groups of 2, and I'm going to see if I can evenly do that or not. So there's a group of 2, group of 2, a group of 2, group of 2, a group of 2, a group of 2. Oh no! I cannot pair this X up with a group of 2 because it's all by itself. We don't have another X to pair it with. So that means that you cannot equally split up 13 into groups of 2 because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups, but 1 X left over. So that means that 13 is an odd number. Let's go ahead and do number 12. Let's do this one. Now, remember that you can always just look at the number in the ones place too, just like here, okay? If a number ends in 2, 4, 6, or 8, or even 0, they're going to be even. But if a number ends in 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9, it's going to be odd. So just like here, 13 has a 3 in the ones place. A 3 means that a number is odd in the ones place. Now for 12, if I have 12 X's, and I want to split them up in groups of 2, I should be able to evenly do that because there's a 2 in the ones place. And whenever there's a 2 in the ones place, it is an even number. So yes, I can split up 12 into groups of 2 evenly. That is why 12 is an even number. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and do another one. Let's do some rounding. Let's round the number 867 to the nearest 100. There's 3 digits here, so I'm going to round to the nearest 100. Remember that in the rounding graph, it says find the place value, circle that digit. So I'm going to circle the digit I'm rounding to, which is hundreds. So I'm rounding to the hundreds place, so I'm circling the 8 in the hundreds place. Then I move to the right and underline it. Now remember, if the underlined number is 0 through 4, the circle stays the same. And then if this underlined number is 5 through 9, we add 1 to the circled number. So is the number 6 in between 0 and 4 on a number line, or is it in between 5 through 9 on a number line? If you're thinking that the number 6 is in between 5 through 9, then you are correct. That means we add 1 to the circled number. So this 8, is going to change to a 9. We add 1. And then all of the other numbers turn to 0. That's the easy peasy part. Let's do one more rounding a number to the nearest 100. Let's do 742. Find the place value, circle the digit. We're rounding to the nearest 100, so I'm circling the number in the hundreds place. Move to the right and underline it. Now 0 through 4, and the circle stays the same. 5 through 9, we add 1 to the circled number. So is this underlined number 4 in between 0 through 4 on a number line, or is it in between 5 through 9 on a number line? If you are thinking that it's in between 0 through 4, then you're correct. And that means it stays the same. The circled number stays the same. So the 7 is going to be the same. It stays the same. And all of the other numbers turn to 0. So that answer, 742 rounded to the nearest 100 is 700. Okay, so sometimes we add numbers, and when we have an addition problem, let's say we have this addition problem. And I want to figure out the answer, but I want to do that by rounding. This is what I would do. I would have to round 564 to the nearest 100 and 228 to the nearest 100. So I am going to do that. I'm going to circle the hundreds place in 564, underline the 6. Look to see if the 6 is in between 0 through 4 on a number line, or if it's in between 5 through 9 on a number line. And 6 is in between 5 through 9, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that means that this 5 is going to go up 1. We're going to add 1. So it's going to change to a 6. And all of the other numbers will turn to 0. Now I have to round 228 to the nearest 100. I'm going to circle the 2 in the hundreds place, underline the 2 in the tens place, and I'm going to see if the underlined 2 is in between 0 through 4 or 5 through 9 on a number line. And it happens to be in between 0 through 4. So that means that the circled number stays the same, right? Just like it says here. 0 through 4 stays the same. So the circled number will stay at 2, and all the other numbers will go to 0. So if I add those two numbers together, 600 plus 200, 0 plus 0 in the ones place is 0, 0 plus 0 in the tens place is 0, and 6 plus 2 in the hundreds place is 8. So that's all I have to do for that problem. The estimated answer using rounding for this actual problem would be 800. You do not actually have to solve this problem. We just wanted to round the nearest hundred to estimate the answer. It tells us what this exact answer might be close to. Okay? Let's go ahead and do a couple more problems. Let's do a problem over here. If we have 38 plus 28 written like this, if you see a problem sideways like this horizontally, all you need to do is switch it so it goes up and down vertically. Okay? So we all know in this problem we would start in the ones place. 8 plus 8 is what? 16. 8 plus 8 is 16. I made in 10. I have 6 ones left over. Now I have 1 plus 3 plus 2. So I'm going to add 1 plus 3 first, which is 4. And then plus 2 is 6. So this answer would be 66. Okay, I'm going to do one more problem with you. And then you're going to do the some review practice on your own. So let's do this. 55 plus 19 plus 38. You might be like, whoa, Miss Johnston, how do I do that? Well, remember that what we can do in this problem is add 2 numbers first and then add the third number. So what I'm going to do in this problem is I'm going to add 55 plus 19 first. So I'm going to add these 2 numbers first. I'm not even worrying about 38 right now. I'll do 55 plus 19. So 5 plus 9, think about what that is in your head real quick. And that answer is 14. And then 1 plus 5 plus 1, which is 7. So 55 plus 19 is 74. Now I'm going to cross these numbers out because I just used them. I don't need them anymore. But now I need to add 38. I need to bring down 38. So I have 74 plus 38 now. Now I can do that problem vertically. So this is like a 2-step problem. So now I have 74 plus 38 vertically here. 4 plus 8 is 12. 1 plus 7 plus 3. Well, 1 plus 7 is 8. And 8 plus 3 is 11. So that means that 55 plus 19 plus 38 is 112. Okay. So in your little math workbook, you have on page P27, you have a chapter 1 extra practice. It is double-sided. What I want you to do is complete the first side today. You do not have to do page P28. You're only doing page P27 today. And I will also mark that in the Google Bitmoji slideshow. Okay, so you're only doing page P27. All of those skills help you review for our test on Wednesday, and they all have to do with things that we just reviewed together on this piece of scratch paper that you did with me. Okay, so you're only doing page P27, and then you are going to take a picture of your work and upload it to Seesaw for your teacher to see. Okay, if you have any questions, please let your teacher know. And I will see you guys later for our review. And I'll see you tomorrow for our review next time. Bye, guys.